everybody. Welcome to the Morning Roast. I am, of course, Sugar Chris. And with me is Mr. Luka.
Hello?
And, of course, we all know how Sim is. Who knows where he is? He's probably over there at Tim Hortons. You know, he's operating on Canada time. So
We're taking a beauty nap.
yeah, he's fashionably late. He'll get around to it once he slowly gets going, slowly gets to Tim Hortons. We'll get him in here eventually. But of course, Soul, you can always count on Soul. He gets here before I do. And he says, "Welcome to the roast where Christmas is getting closer, and just to celebrate life in general, we'll have some more TNA on the show, or Booba, as Sugar calls it. Good morning, Chris, Luka, and chat."
Good morning.
They're all. Hey, hush up, you. Well, they're all thirsty for this lady in there on your book here.
Which one? Do you know how little this narrows it down?
There's many. We got McGee. Hey, McGee.
There's 3 so far. We're adding a 4th one in chapter 3 and a 5th one, actually.
Sim is late and gay.
Happens to all of us.
Yeah, he got scared off by all the pretty women on this book. That's what it was.
I don't blame him. It's fine. It can get intimidating a little bit sometimes, you know. You need to step back, take a deep breath, tell yourself, I can do this, go back. It's fine, happens.
Oh my!
All been there.
But me and Luka here were talking. He is from Croatia.
Have you guys heard of that place? It's magic.
Did you know it existed?
Have unicorns and your dreams come true? The movie Wish from Disney was actually based on Croatia.
Oh, really?
No, not at all.
No.
No.
Dang it, Luka, you fooled me.
No, sorry, won't happen again.
I was say I've never seen that movie. I don't know nothing about
Neither
it.
Neither did I. But I saw I saw everyone hated it, and then some people didn't care. And then saw someone call the movie painfully mid, and for some reason that made me a little bit interested. I probably won't watch it, but I don't know why. Someone calling the movie just painfully mid and completely forgettable. Maybe interested. How do you achieve that? How do you achieve? So the dude said that he has daughters, and as soon as they see a movie with a catchy song, it's done. They're singing it for a week. And they saw Wish, and they immediately forgot all of the songs and the characters, and just it was not a part of their lives. As soon as it was over, it's over. They did not care anymore. So I'm kind of curious, how do you achieve that? You know?
Yeah, especially if you're somebody like Disney who has all that money. You know, you should be able to make some memorable experience.
It fascinates me to no end. Art kind of keeps getting better in movies and video games, but stories are just slacking so often. I don't understand why. I mean, I have kind of my guesses, but I don't know. The art teams keep doing great stuff, and then the stories just whatever. You'd think they figure it out by now. I don't know. If we were going by some sense of logic, I would say that the art and the stories are just gonna keep getting better as they figure out what audiences react to, but no, not really.
Let's see. Soul's already throwing links up. He says, read the first 2 chapters of Avarian for free at globalcomics.com. There we go. Yeah, so click the link, folks, and you can go read the first 2 chapters. Give you a little sample, as it were.
104 pages, full color.
Yeah, lots of
no commitments. Just read it at your own leisure.
Sugar, of course, it's Pale Rider. Here we go. Sugar, please control yourself and don't start fapping to this book till after the show.
That would be nice advice to follow, I guess.
Oh, don't worry. I will not start my orgy for one until later.
Oh man.
So putting the link. Thank you, Soul.
We're not getting monetized, that's for sure.
I'm sure he can keep it in his boots. That's right. Croatia, the craziest chick Craziest chicks Pale Rider dated was from Croatia, and he's dated some nut jobs.
I can imagine.
It's okay. Luca seems
Sure.
stable, so we're good.
I'm not a crazy chick. I promise.
We got Junko Zipper. He says, "Hello, everyone, from the completely snowy middle of Germany, and of course, up the irons. Time for a cold beer and some comics." That's right. That is
Cowabunga,
right.
my dude.
We're all about the comics here. Speaking of which, Saturday. Saturday, I went to Calling All Heroes Comics down in Wiley Ford. And I made some purchases.
Some. Only a few.
Just a few.
Dear Lord.
Just a few.
And you're going to read them all today.
Oh, yeah.
I bet.
Well, I mean, I've got a couple days off, so. But I made some purchases. I was excited to go because the first comic book creator I ever met I met at 9 years old at a flea market there in Cumberland, and they were both going to be there and stuff on Saturday. So I was like, oh man, this is so exciting. So I still had my books, and I took my books down there and showed them and stuff, and they were really happy to see them and everything. So, and I talked with them, and they said they would be willing to come on the show actually. So exciting. The guy who actually owns the comic shop and runs it was the guy who was there. So that worked out really nice. It was so exciting to get to talk with them, and I bought their newer book and everything that they had there, and he wanted to trade one of my books for another book because he didn't really have too many of those old ones. I was like, no.
Stocks.
That's my. I got too much. That's sentimental value. I can't be getting.
Yeah, that too.
So, but it was a lot of fun, and I obviously bought a lot of nice chunk of stuff because he was having a big sale on everything because it was the shop was returning, and so it was pretty nice.
Oh, so it reopened.
Yeah. He had stopped for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy who owns it, he runs like multiple businesses, so so he probably don't have a huge amount of time for it, I figure. But let me see what everybody's saying here. Sugar will have to buy the tier that comes with a splash guard. God. No, I did see something that I hadn't seen before. When I bought those newer books there off of them, there was it came with a cover guard, a little I guess like a piece of paper or something that goes on top the cover.
Oh.
And you can just peel it right off or something. It's like some proactive cover guard or something.
I guess if you're a collector, you probably don't want to remove that then. If you're just kind of buying them to keep them on the side.
I never seen it before, so I thought that was pretty neat.
Neither did I.
Guards against the front of your book.
So basically, like when you buy a new phone and you rip off the little plastic, something like that, like off the screen.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Like it's a white paper kind of thing.
Oh.
Let's see. That's Marinus level hoarderism. Well, I mean, it runs in my family, I guess. Something ineffably sarcastic. It sucks that Sim is dead. Come on now. Don't say that. That ain't right. Is that you, Richard?
Don't give the devil any ideas.
Yeah,
that's what I always say.
Don't be talking like that. Sim's all right. I know he's not dead. Let's see.
I think it's safe to assume you're into metal at least a little bit, right?
Metal? Yeah.
Heavy metal, death metal, whatever.
I'll listen to
it. There's like a video from Amon Amart that starts with like a news report that the entire band is dead and they died in a stage accident, and I'm like, don't do that. Like, don't jinx yourself. Like,
don't say that.
Why would you do that?
Don't put that
sorry, Bob.
Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Oh my god. I like that they also specifically stated like all of the people working backstage are fine, so they don't jinx anyone else.
They're okay, just us.
That was like kind of awkwardly considerate of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, we got what's Power saying now? When Sugar was 9, he was groomed by a comic guy a few years before the boy. Like, what? It's all coming together after Skitsy. Oh,
And now he's coping with the trauma by buying comic books, and that's how he keeps the demons away. That's the story.
don't help him, Luca. Oh,
Sorry. I take it back.
gosh dang it! I already have to deal with enough from them. You're not supposed to help them. See if I have you back on.
Guys, one day he'll find the block button. Be careful.
Let's see. Yeah, hello, Richard. Yeah, Sim's not dead. That's right. The Deanna best at belly dance performance in Montreal to get a coffee. Yeah, he probably watched it live. The whole. That Diana though, that Diana Bastet though, she is a good-looking lady. Let's see. Bullshit. Sim never leaves his house. That's true. You have to get him to leave.
You could order coffee now, so it makes sense.
Let's see.
And just watch a Twitch stream instead.
Well, how much snow is over there, Dunkel Ziffer? You're talking like you're snowed in.
Germans they probably are right now.
Is it that bad?
I would not be surprised. I have a Discord friend from Germany, and she sends us the most beautiful pictures ever. She just goes to school and takes a picture, and it's like a snowy forest, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I get kind of jealous every time, but oh well. There's no snow here. It's just cold. That's it, just cold.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of sprinkles and stuff. That's been about it.
Same. I think I looked out at night and I looked at a lamp, and you could see like just beneath the light of the lamp like a little bit of snow, and that's it. That's my entire snow experience for this month. Maybe the rest of the year. I don't know.
Let's see. We got. Maybe it's Richard, or maybe it's not. What's it to you? That's Richard. Why don't you come over like a real boy?
Fight me like a man.
Fight me like a man. On today's episode of The Morning Roast, we develop some rich sugar lore. No, we don't. You hush up, Richard. Well, where's Johnny? He says snow isn't real. Yeah, well.
It's just styrofoam that
Just
someone
because you
dropped.
never see it down there where you're at, don't mean it's not real.
I saw it in a video game. It must be real.
It must be real.
Yeah.
Nobody would lie on the internet.
If snow is not real, then why do so many video games have snowy zones? How do you explain that?
That's true. What, do you think people would just come up with that?
Yeah. What's the matter with you? But nobody would believe that.
We got Hex. Real quick, before we get into the book, I just wanted to show off here. Hex was down at LA Comic-Con. He was streaming it on YouTube. He's got some screenshots of scene here. Everybody likes Hex. So maybe if you want, apparently he found himself a lady friend to talk to. So everybody should go check it out, see what he was up to.
I got some screenshots. It's the same person. Screenshots from the event. Just like follow a woman. That's it.
Just the one woman.
Yeah, I found a woman. That's the event.
That's apparently all Hex cared about.
Yeah, it's like, what was the event? That there's a woman there.
I'm sure Hex showed off more of the event during the stream. Let's see. What? I don't appreciate you lying to me. What did Soul lie to you about, Johnny? What? Is it real, Johnny? I don't see anywhere where he lied to you, Johnny. I don't believe Soul would lie. Yeah, everybody follow Johnny for some sexy art. That's right. And of course, speaking of sexy art, we're here to talk about another campaign here, Ivarian. I say that because I know Feed. That's what he's thinking when he sees this. He sees these monster girls and he gets all worked up.
When I was thinking of the franchise, I kind of just thought myself like, I want monster girls, and I want them to be like kind of the dominant thing. and just make it, but like make it serious, like legitimate to just make it work, you know. So there you go. A couple of months later, here we are.
Yeah, and you're over here on Fund My Comic, old Luke's site. Yeah. Instead of yeah, did you have you? Is this your first campaign?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. What made you decide to make your own book and get into all this?
Oh well, that's quite a story. It started like, I mean, when I was a kid, I always had entire fantasy worlds in my head. I was always like daydreaming and escapism and all that. So it was just it's in my DNA, basically. I always have to like make stuff up in my head. That's how I keep myself entertained. And so that kind of got me into art because when you're 10,
Mm-hmm.
you can't really commission anyone. So I had to do it myself. So that kind of sucked, but I made it work, you know. And like 2 decades later, here we are, and I finally figured out how to draw. And I kept working on the same characters, adding new. I had so many iterations of this like fictional universe that I'm working on, so many changes and different characters that were like reborn into different lifestyles and whatnot. So I always kind of wanted to do it, and now I decided kind of like let's do this, push. I've been waiting for long enough. Might as well start.
And let's see. Anybody seeing stuff here? I saw that picture of the planes frozen in Munich. Oh wow, it must be pretty cold then down there.
Yep.
Let's see. Hex is such a jolly fellow. I enjoy the guy. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's got like Hex.
So then I kind of started thinking about, well, the most terrifying part is I always had like different iterations of the world based on what inspired me the most. So I had to like really sit down and think to myself like, all right, I want to finally turn this into a franchise, or at least try my best. So what should this look like? I'm gonna have to like dedicate myself to one thing now. I can't, if I imagine a completely new world, I can't just like start all over and just keep making chapter one and that's it. So I kind of decided that the world is going to be called Athoria, which is what I made up as a kid, and I decided like, all right, let's keep it. That's kind of cute. Like 15-year-old me will be very happy with that. And I decided that I never had like a fully dedicated nightmare realm, but nightmares were always kind of important in a lot of my stories. A lot of characters revolve around nightmares, so I decided like, all right, let's put the nightmare realm in there. So I thought it is kind of this Lord of the Rings, Conan type fantasy, kind of like medieval, ancient little combination where I try to keep everything as grounded as possible. Like not too much. There is like magic seeping in and stuff like that, but I try to keep it grounded. If someone picks up an axe, I want them to be scary. That's a rule that I have.
Right.
And then I decided like, all right, the nightmare realm is going to be where it really like pop off. I mean, it's a nightmare realm. It's where nightmares live, and anything can happen there as long as it's horrible. So that's where I can kind of like stretch my creative legs and just go wild. Like there are no limits, basically.
Go real crazy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like what they call it, low fantasy. Then.
Sure. Yeah. I'm not like completely married to the idea of low fantasy. But I am like orbiting around it.
Okay.
Like chapter one could be described as low fantasy. Like
Low-
there are no guns, there are no rifles. Like I'm moving away from like that's definitely not something that I'm that interested in.
Mhm.
So yeah, we are sticking to like swords, shields, arrows. There's like, and again, like magic is it does happen, but I kind of try to keep it to a minimum. I don't want anyone to like throw a fireball or just call rain or thunder or storm like that. But there are like creatures that are like that defy logic. So
Interesting. So put links. Thank you, Soul. There's Sam. Hey,
hello, Sam.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
get your coffee, Sam.
I didn't get it yet. It's on its way.
Oh damn.
Who'd you send out to get it?
And that he's on his way back from school.
Put him to work.
He's like, Dad, can I borrow your card? I'm like, yeah, if you bring me back coffee and a croissant.
How are you going to finish a croissant?
The gopher.
Yeah.
Go for my coffee. All right.
But, you know, you're gonna be spending my money. Might as well spend it for me too. You know. So,
I hear a cat. Hopefully it's
yeah,
not
that's
that.
my cat in the back.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was
Gizmo's
worried.
saying, "Where's my treat this morning? You didn't give me my treat." And I'm like, I'm busy.
Luka, you were telling me that story about that redneck. I was getting worried. I heard that cat. I was like, oh no, he's outside my house.
Oh my god, I almost forgot about him. Yeah. I guess for a little bit of context, like before the stream, we were talking about like scary night shift stories, and I said talked about one of my favorites, which is like this trucker dude who worked like night shift, and he basically saw like a redneck with just one eye who was very convincingly meowing and running after his truck, and that's one of my favorite like night shift creepy stories.
So
that's just kinda like-
that's where Odin went.
Yeah.
Okay,
Having a tough time somewhere in America.
he dropped the crows. Now he's after the cats. Got it.
Turned into a crazy cat guy.
So what's up, Soul? What's up, Dunkel Ziffer, and everybody else in the chat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody's popping in today. I guess because I did take a little bit of a break from the stream, so I guess people are popping in to say hello.
Yeah, no. Good timing because I was sick for like almost like 2 weeks.
Excuse me. Yeah, I had to take a break. The holidays were rough on me. I was getting a lot of overtime and stuff like that. In fact, last night we just did inventory, so so it's been
that's always
busy,
fun.
busy, very busy. But yeah, I went to that comic shop on Saturday, Sim. So I got a big stack of books. I might
You found some cool stuff.
Yeah, so I think on Wednesday morning I'm gonna do a stream and show them off. That's what I'll do for Wednesday morning, is show off my goodies, my loot.
The loot chest.
Yeah. Sim is alive and snow is real. That's right.
Yep.
Hey, Sim, good to see you.
Yeah, and snow is everywhere now. We were good until today.
Until today.
Yeah, now it's wet everywhere. I think the tree's gonna break.
I guess I could have explained a little bit the covers, or some of them at least.
Yeah.
That's the first ever cover I did. That's Rena. She's kind of a main character, kind of a sidekick to Saira. Saira is right below her, like the cover.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's Saira. That's like, it's hard for me to say main character because everyone's kind of like, there's quite a few important characters, but if you had to pick a main one, Saira would probably be the best candidate for that. She's a warrior princess that's on a quest to like to cleanse sunless Nightmare Realm influences from the land, and it goes horribly wrong. It goes horribly wrong in chapter 1, like right off the bat, and it's gonna go horribly wrong again later on. So it's gonna be a tough climb for her for sure.
Looks like she got some sort of ability to control water here.
It's not actually, she's not actually like a waterbender or anything. She just has like the unique ability to cleanse. So that's kind of what the story revolves around. Again, as I said, like she goes around the land and cleanses the sunless influences across the land. And I guess I should explain. There are like 4 basic words that I should explain before we get further into the comic. Like the first one, people already know, Athoria. That's the planet where everything is happening. The second one, Nightmare Realm. We already explained that. It is the Nightmare Realm. Like when you sleep, you do get glimpses of it, but it's also like a real place that has its own characters, and stuff can kind of like pour back from the Nightmare Realm into this world, and it's mostly just like crazy stuff that's in there. Vivarian is the title, the name of the franchise. I did spend a lot of time thinking about what the name should be. Like the first name was Ember Soul, which I'm still kind of working on the lore of Ember Soul in my head. Like I'm not 100% sure what it is, but Ember Soul are basically people who are kind of in tune with the nature of the world around them, and then they are very good at mostly pushing back sunless influences. And the fourth thing I should explain a little bit are sunless. So the sunless are like a strange alien species that dominated the planet before, but as the name implies, they can't be exposed to the sun. So when a horrible event happened, horrible for them, and the sun became like exposed to the world again, they had to retreat into the nightmare realm. So I don't want to spoil too much of that. That will be like slowly explained throughout this book and mainly books that come later on. But that's mostly the thing you need to know about them right now. That they're like they used to inhabit this world, and then they went on, ran away from the sun and went into the nightmare realm. And from the nightmare realm, they're like plotting how to get back into this world, block the sun, and they're doing so like with baby steps, little corruptions wherever they can. And that's kind of Cyra's mission, calling in life in this book, to find these sources of sunless influence, of sunless corruption, and cleanse them. So this cover, what it illustrates is basically one of her ways to cleanse the shrine, where she kind of calls upon these energies to remove the sunless influence. And as she does so, the water kind of like bends around her. Usually would be just air, but since there's also water, it just kind of gets caught up in this ritual, so it kind of like makes the display a little bit more interesting.
Okay. Yeah. So the sunless are basically night shift.
Yes, they are night shift, and they want everyone else to be night shift. So there you go. Perfect.
Outside. Let's see.
That's what it's about.
So it said she could also be able to manipulate drool when in that outfit.
I mean, if you stood close to her and you were drooling while she cleansed the shrine, your drool probably get like caught up into the whirlwind and like fly off somewhere else. So I guess sure. There you go. Confirmed lore. This is canon now.
Yep.
Why not? So this is Lissa. This is her sister.
She napped.
She is going to be in chapter 3, and she is going to kind of communicate with the sunless in chapter 3. Like, she is going to get lost in the nightmare realm, go off on a little Alice in Wonderland adventure, but absolutely horrible.
Oh, no. Brave in the dangers of night shift. Oh no! Don't let it.
She's going to directly confront it. And become mad.
She's gonna be walking through the nightmare realm and start hearing.
Not everyone is tough enough. You would survive it, I'm sure, but
Is she gonna start hearing meowing?
Oh god, dude! If I could add sounds, there probably would be a meow in there. Like a dislocated meow without context can be like very scary. So, sure, there probably would be a meow in there.
Oh no, it's the one-eyed man.
Yes. Just Juggernaut just charges at you.
Let's see. We got Marinus. Hail, Marinus. Sugar taking extra shifts at the bathhouse confirmed the extra characters furry suit. No. Gosh, dang it.
Oh. Dude, furry suits are expensive. I think like they're $3,000 on the lower end.
Good
or
God.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can. If you want, it's expensive.
They were trying to sell a furry suit at the convention I go to once, and ever since I made a comment about that, they're like, "Oh, he's trying to buy it."
I think you should. If you ever buy one, I think you should have a custom-made one. So yeah,
it's quite expensive.
I mean, yeah, but at least nobody wore it before you. Like you can be sure. So, yeah, do you want to use one? If you ever go that route,
like that, and never went that. There's something about Mary.
There we go.
Yeah.
Do you remember that the spit girl?
There we go.
No, I don't.
The guy was trying to jack off before his date to kind of relax, and she rings the door, and he's looking for his jizz, and it's in his hair.
That's a horrible story, but okay.
It's a Ben Stiller movie.
Oh god, I thought it was like a 4chan green text.
No. It's an actual movie scene with Ben Stiller and what's I forgot her name.
Oh yeah, that
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
That movie is at least 15 years old. Then
Yeah.
I would not
Yeah.
make that anymore. For better or for worse, you don't get movies like that anymore.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my dad used to watch it all the time. Yeah.
There's something about Mary. It was pretty good.
Hail Marinus, Chris hoarded just like you recently. Ask him to show his new tons of floppies. Yeah, I got. Let's see.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, where did the title come from?
Iverian. Yeah, I did not actually just kind of skip that.
I was wondering if it had to do with ovarian or Evi in
No.
French.
It
winter?
came from one of my older characters that will make currently a planned appearance is book 4. God help me if I ever get there. They're named after the goddess Ivaris. So Ivaris was the first Iverian. And Iverian are basically like a group of humanoids, and they are from the Nightmare Realm. And by a lot of unfortunate happenstance and wars, and they made a lot of enemies in the Nightmare Realm, and they had to flee into Athoria, which is the real world. And the first ones were called Iverian Core, that's their subspecies, and they spread across Athoria. And as they did so, they rapidly evolved to their surroundings. So there's this is where the monster goat comes in. They have their own naming conventions. So if this is an Iverian, the one you see in front of you. Her name is Ayla. She's one of the main characters. And her specific race is called Iverian Fainar Rosari. So Iverian is the main race. Fainar means they evolved with plants, like her subspecies, and then there's another subspecies below that, which is Rosari, and that means that she evolved with a specific kind of flower, and she has specific abilities because of it. And there's another.
Are they only women?
No. They're entire cultures, species. So there are men and women. Don't worry. There are also Iverian men in the book.
Mm-hmm.
The book in chapter 3 has a lot of them. So example, that she's Iverian Fainar Rosari, and chapter 2 has also Iverian Fainar Atu, which again, Fainar means they evolved with plants, but Atu evolved with mainly trees, and more specifically tree bark. They're kind of like autumn. That's why I call them Atu. So what they can kind of do, they can camouflage. If they lay low against a tree, you will not be able to see them. That's kind of their that they use it to ambush people during wartime. And also so chapter 3 also will feature Iverian. I'm still thinking about whether I should call them Zaivera or Zviera Rokashi. So Zviera means they evolved with beasts. I kind of took that from the word Zvier in Croatian, which means beast. Sounds cool, so Zviera. And Rokashi is again a subsection where they evolved with a very specific lizard. So if you scroll down quite a bit, you will see a bunch of Rokashi. It's in the interiors. It's way below. These are the covers, the back. There you go. A little bit more. There you go. So yeah, the first row, you can see in the bottom panel of the first page, a couple of Rokashi. So they evolved with these lizards. It's kind of hard to see them here, I guess. But yeah, they evolved and adapted to these lizards, which are kind of fireproof. And the Rokashi can breathe smoke as a result. So they kind of block the view for everyone. They just go in and, cause havoc. And they use those lizards also to ride them into battle, which you can see on the second panel.
Dang raiders.
So yeah, there's the variant started as one species, but they're divided into a bunch of different species that all have their unique culture and politics. For example, Iverian, Rosari, and Atu, they're kind of friendly, but if a Rokashi sees either an Atu or a Rosari, it's just immediate violence. They just fight each other on sight. So yeah, they kind of evolved from their original point, and now everyone's kind of unique and has their own interests. So that's what Iverian means. Initially, the book was supposed to be the franchise was supposed to be called Ember Soul, but I realized that Ember Soul kind of pigeonholed me into this single thing where Ember Soul are these people that are naturally gifted to cleanse the sunless. So I realized if I call the franchise Ember Soul, then every book is going to be just all right, we have a bunch of sunless here. We need to find the Ember Soul, and then he's gonna like save the day. We're gonna teach him a couple of tricks, and everything's great. So that can work for the first book. It's fine, but I can't like keep repeating the same trick over and over. But then I realized if I call it Iverian, like that, there can be an Iverian in every book. They're like so varied and all across the world that sure I can make that work. So yeah, but I did kind of start with humans because I didn't want to like immediately throw people off into the deep water where they're kind of like confused what's happening. So I kind of start with humans, and my plan is to eventually phase them out.
Yeah.
Sorry if that makes anyone sad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Eventually, it's gonna be all Iverian. There you go. This is Casadius. She is the leader of the Iverian Zviera Lycan. So they evolve with wolves. They're basically just werewolves, but when they evolve back, you can still see that they have a lot of influences from their fuzzy little buddies.
Yeah. Calm down, Feed.
So you're writing and the artist, or you got an artist?
Yes, everything.
Everything?
Complete solo project.
One-man army.
Yep.
Good to see it.
It is a lot of fun to work on kind of everything yourself because I do like write a script first and plan out the story, and then when you start actually working the art, you kind of see what does work, what doesn't work, what lands, what doesn't land, and then you can kind of like switch up on the start. I mean, on the fly, you know. Like I did have a moment in chapter 3 where there was like a specific event where it was supposed to be like literally 2 or 3 panels, and then we move on. But I really liked the character that appeared in that first panel, so I was like, all right. This is 6 pages now because it's fun. Why not? Add a little bit more flair to it. So yeah, that's like a huge advantage of it. So if I just decide like I need 5 more pages to make this land, I make 5 more pages. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm curious. Do they got the cons over there where in Croatia, the conventions and whatnot?
They do. This is like a gamer reboot one that's in Zagreb, and there's another one in Rijeka that I'm a little bit more interested in about. So the gamer reboot, like you can, it's gamer stuff. There is a little bit of like adjacent cultures. I comic books, cosplay books, whatever in there, but it's mostly gamer focused. But there's another one. I think it's called Recon in Rijeka, and that's a little bit more artistic focused. They did have They like made a competition to like submit a comic book. Like right when I started, I had like 10 pages of the first chapter, and they make a competition like send us your comics so we can like rate them and show them off and whatnot. So I decided like, all right, I'll just wait for next year and send it in. So that is one that I am interested in, that I would like to go to.
Mm-hmm.
It looks quite a bit more up my alley, so that one's interesting. Might actually go there.
Yeah, like
See what it's like.
You know, if you go like to a con, like some of these would probably look good as, like I'm sure they probably catch people's attention as like prints or something, you know.
Sure. I mean, speaking of which, I did do like a little test print.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah,
this is
a full screen.
it's only chapter 1 and 2. So I don't know, let's like open like a little random page.
Oh,
How many pages?
look at that.
104. Like the first two chapters are 104 pages, and I'm working on chapter 3 right now, which will add. I initially wanted to add 30 pages, but I'm a madman, so I'll add 50 at least, probably. Like I made chapter 3 is kind of divided into like 2 parts. The first one is the lore, where I didn't want to like bother people with the lore and the politics of the land like right off the bat. I wanted them to like give them cool characters and just kind of start in the middle of it all and then give them lore. Like once the people are kind of interested in everything, then you kind of like shower them with information. So chapter 3 kind of does that to an extent. I give people the necessary info that they need to proceed with the book. So like part 1 is establishing the politics of the land, mainly how the Rakashi waged war with humans and how they kind of managed to. Well, you'll read it probably. And part 2 is where Lissa goes into the Nightmare Realm and has like a morbid adventure in there. And I'm currently on page 22 of chapter 3, and part 1 is just now done. I just finished it, and we're slowly transitioning into part 2. So yeah, like 22 pages, and part 1 is done, and part 2 is gonna be Wild Ride. So that's like a minimum of another 40 pages, absolute minimum, but it's probably going to go to 50. Like I just know it will. I have way too many like fun ideas and characters for it not to go there. There's a specific little thin tentacle boy in there. I'm really looking forward to him freaking out people, hopefully.
Little frog.
Like a very unsettling character.
Little frog.
Frog, yeah.
Yeah. Who's this gentleman?
That's King Varon. He is the one that does the lore introduction in chapter 3. He kind of carries the first part. Because he's like a eccentric character. He started off with just like a little thin boy who saw the invasion happening and joined the forces, and he kind of starts off at like really thin and frail, but kind of like agile and competent, and then he kind of transitions into this buff dude that slowly becomes a warlord and then a king. He was initially like, of course, I had many iterations of this book and what it's supposed to be and where it's supposed to go, and some characters completely dropped and some got added and some kind of got shifted. King Varon was initially supposed to be just a corpse in like the main hall in front of the throne room, and that's it. It would just be a corpse. And then I asked myself, like, well, you can't just like plop a corpse and leave him there. You kind of need to know why the corpse is there. And then I started thinking, like, well, who is this guy? Like, why is he important? Why did they preserve his corpse and everything? And as I started thinking, I got like a decent idea of who he is. So he got like a bigger and bigger chunk of the story into his hands. So he's not just a corpse anymore. He has like way more to add to the story. But again, like, I don't want to spoil anything. You'll get there when you get there. He's way more interesting than just a corpse now. I can safely say that.
Yeah, we get to see him, get motivated and hit the gym and get those gains.
Yeah, the character that he's facing right now is a Sunless. It was supposed to be Chantra initially, which is Chantra is like the main Sunless the characters of this book are facing. But I got some different ideas on what I want Chantra to look like, so we'll see. That's probably not accurate, but that is like a Sunless and specifically servant of Chantra. So like the Sunless have these leaders that I call architects, and they're supposed to be basically like their own Cthulhu mythos, where each of them has kind of a unique aesthetic and maybe some unique abilities, unique ways they interact with humans, and based on that, they have unique servants then and a unique appeal to them. So they Sunless that belong to Chantra can mostly be recognized by usually having like elongated faces that kind of look like a crow's beak or something like that. That's where it started. Initially, I guess like fun little fact. Initially, it was supposed to be like a raven cult that they fight. Like they just like worship the raven and become deformed to look more like a raven.
Yeah.
But the more I thought about it, the more fun I had with it, and like it just went off the rails from there. So I just established like a complete new mythos and unique aesthetic to it, an entire world. So yeah, they became quite a bit more interesting than a couple of guys that worship a bird for some reason. But I decided to keep that main aesthetic of like the elongated beak head thing because it is like memorable. It does kind of stick with you. It's easily recognizable. Like if you see someone corrupted by Chantra, you will immediately know like that's what's happening. So it does add a little bit of consistency, which gave me a little bit of a problem also because Saida was supposed to get corrupted by Chantra in chapter 1. But then I realized like that's the wrong demon. That's the wrong corruption. That's not Chantra at all. So I had to like figure it out, and that's gonna be like chapter 12 or something. So you're gonna find that out.
Oh wow!
I think maybe I took one of the pages where she's corrupted. Oh, there you go. If you scroll up down a little bit to like the first interiors.
First interiors.
Let's see. Yeah.
Scroll down.
First, they're right below. So you see this guy jumping out of the water. That's Saida. She got completely corrupted here, taken over.
Oh, geez.
But then I realized like that doesn't really look like a corruption of Chantra. And then I'm like, well, what happened? Like, why? I mean, I didn't have to work on that. I could have just like pretended like, yeah, she got corrupted by Chantra, but it was a little bit unique in her case. I did make her collarbones kind of stick out and like a sharp aesthetic. So I thought like, okay, that's kind of Chanterish, and her hand is like a mantis hand, which is also like a Chanter aesthetic. Again, it's like the elongated fang aesthetic, but that's still the wrong demon. So her corruption here is actually kind of like half Chanter, half something else that will be explored much later on. So yeah, it's just like a fun little mistake that made more lore, and also made me understand the Nightmare Realm like way more. So I guess that's like a little spoiler. The thing that did corrupt her was from the Nightmare Realm as well. It does live there regularly. So that led to a whole rabbit hole that was like fun to me to explore in my head.
World building.
Yeah, I mean it's detective work. It's a lot of detective work, and like the main thing is you have to catch the plot holes before everyone else, and then it's lore. Then it's like a fun little expansion. You know, it's not a mistake. Like I knew what I was doing from the start, guys. Trust me. everything is planned 100%.
Now, yeah. Look at. Let's scroll up here. Look at that one.
Black Metal Cider variant. Yeah, I'm a fan of the black metal genre, and I decided to do like a little homage to them. This one was inspired by Dark Throne. I think the album is called Transylvanian Hunger. If you Google the album or you know what it looks like, then it'll make sense to you. But I did take it into a little bit of a different direction. I think Transylvanian Hunger is just like a photograph, and they took it to Photoshop and they put contrast to a maximum, so everything's just kind of completely black and white. So I didn't want to completely imitate that, but I wanted it to be inspired by that.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is one that I love absolutely.
Bit of an homage.
Yeah. And it has a unique logo. So I like a little black metal variant logo.
Yeah, something different there. Yeah. So will our beefcake man be able to take on a coked out
Patient boy?
We'll find out. Let's see. Yeah. Richard says, "Oh fuck, he's alive. If you could call that living."
That's harsh, man.
I'm not sure if he might be talking about Sim.
Okay.
He's just like, "Oh wow, Sim's here." Let's see. So it says also the word Ember Soul is probably used in other media like video games. It's hard to come up with original names nowadays, and Avarian sounds.
I did Google it.
Unique.
Yeah, sure, Iverian is quite a bit more unique, and I think it's easy to remember, like easy enough. It's like one word that's very unique. When I decided for Ember Soul original, I did Google it. I think it's like a flower in a video game, and that's it. So I thought, fine, sure, whatever. That's as unique as it gets for like 2-word combinations that sound cool.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. I mean, at least there's like a band called Death Stars, and they never watched Star Wars. Like they made the band, then people told them like, "Oh, you love Star Wars," and they were like, "We never watched it." and then they got like, "Well, you should probably,"
Yeah, but it's also the favorite excuse of people that know exactly what the fuck they're doing. I've never seen it.
The favorite. Oh, sure.
No,
sure,
I've never seen it. I saw it after I came up with the name.
Sure.
It has nothing to do with it. That's what my lawyer said to say.
I think that their like aesthetic idea was like dead stars, like dead celebrities or something like that. That was the vibe they were going for. I don't know what's worse, if they're lying about it or if they're honest about it. Like I don't know which story is worse, honestly. Yeah. So I don't know.
Come on, everybody knows Star Wars. Like even if you haven't
pretty
watched
much,
it.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You can't go like, what?
You have to know
about?
Like
lightsabers?
Yoda,
what are those?
Yeah, like lightsabers, Yoda, Darth Vader, Death Stars. Like everyone should know those. Like those are.
You don't have to have seen the movie to. Come on, it's everybody knows what it is.
If you name your band Boba Fett in accident, like that's fine. That could be a coincidence, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Richard says they preserved his corpse because he's the God Emperor of mankind, forever vigilant, forever guarding humanity from the horrors of chaos.
That it would not be like a glorious corpse or anything. It would just be like a skeleton with a crown, basically, or just like a dry mummy. So nothing. I guess the Emperor of mankind in Warhammer is kind of a dry.
That's what I was going to say. It's pretty much it, except he has a giant fucking body armor.
And he has like machines plugged into him and a whole ritual and everything. This would be just like a sad little corpse with a crown, and that's it. I guess it dodged the bullet there. But
it's the origin story.
Yeah.
It's just a body they just left in the corner and forgot about. Oh, yeah.
He just got left in the car. Sure. Yeah, they just left him in the car, and they were like, "Sorry, we'll make a civilization for you. I swear."
One of these days we'll clean that up. Get around to it. Again.
I think the lore behind him is they have to like sacrifice 1,000 people like every day or 20,000. I'm like, that's horrible.
Psyker.
It's just horrible. But I guess
The
that's like
entire thing
Warhammer
of
40.
Warhammer 40K
Yeah.
is horrible, my friend.
There should be like an old lady reading the books, just that's horrible. Why? Oh,
Like,
that's
when-
horrible.
when I was working on that on some stores for Not the Murd, there was a type of alien that was like angelic a bit, and I had an entire like cool backstory and how they would attack a planet until my bro looked at it and goes, "Dude, that reminds me of Warhammer." I'm like, "What?" Then he tells me about how there's angelic creatures, and the way that they fight, that they will attack, is that they come in and they drop a giant fucking church on people, and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Sure.
Yeah, I was like, they drop crosses or something, you know, like that big cannon with that bitch, like a rod of metal, you know, like I was using that. No, they drop a fucking church. They just come and drop churches. I'm like,
whoever decided to combine cathedrals and spaceships is an absolute genius.
mm-hmm. Those ships are freaking insane.
Oh, it's gorgeous stuff. And like the thing is, I'm not usually the biggest fan of sci-fi, but like Warhammer 40K just does it so well, and it's such a unique franchise. And like one thing that's so interesting to me about Warhammer 40K,
it's inspired by heavy metal and all the stuff from 2000 AD, and they've said it like all the thing of 2000 AD, Rogue Trooper, the robot thing, everything. It's from 2000 AD
and all the cool bits of history in there. Yeah. But one thing that fascinates me about the franchise is it's the same. Like if you loved Warhammer 40K like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you will love it today as well. Like maybe there are a couple of games that don't work, but
there's a thing,
it kept the aesthetic.
And there's a lot of people like me that never played the game, have no idea of the gameplay or something. But we all got attracted to that freaking stylized like aesthetic, like the look, the world. I mean, wow, I want to be part of it. It's a big board game. You have to spend hundreds of bucks. I don't want to play that game though, but I want to know more about that shit.
Yes, I mean, I never interacted with the franchise directly, but I just kind of get like little tidbits here and there, and I love.
I got some of the comics; they're pretty good.
Oh,
but not before Marvel, like the first ones. Be careful.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit more interested in that. I'm gonna just like write that down on a separate tab.
I have a few. Hold on.
I thought it was all like Bible-sized books and that's it. Like you can spend $10,000 on the board game, or you can like read the 10 Bibles in a row, and that's your interaction with the franchise. And I was like, I don't know, man.
Just to let you know, like the best one that I was recommended was this by called Lone Wolves.
All right.
By a guy that we also know that came on the show, Carl Richardson, the artist. This is a pretty good one. Then you have this series here. Not that one. Not that one. That one people don't like it. I haven't read it yet. Dawn of War. But this is the other one that's highly recommended. It's Will of Iron, Fallen, and Revelation.
All right. I'll write down Dawn of War.
Start with these. Like I enjoyed those a lot.
Dan Abnett's a good author. I like his work.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of the Black Library books. I don't have any of the comics. I just have the books.
I'm interested in the comics, definitely.
Yeah, me too. When I found out about it, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Hello.
I am interested.
Welcome to my realm.
Definitely. Yeah. That's cool.
I've never played the miniatures or anything like that, but I love.
None of us are millionaires.
And so I own a bunch of the video games, like the old games from Warhammer Fantasy and stuff on like the Dawn of War series and all that. And I own a bunch of the books.
I remember playing the Warhammer Fantasy MMORPG when it came out. That was honestly a good game, but it was
the MMO. That was probably my favorite MMO.
It was so well made, but it was just like so mishandled.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way,
it's such a shame, you know.
I want to address something because Soul just said something that I can't stand with.
Okay.
So that's like calling your comic book Bloodhunt being roasted by me for years and then pretending you don't know the free play vampire. Dude, bitch, my book was out way before that fucking game. Book came out in 2020. The campaign was launched in 2019, way before that fucking video game. So suck on these. And thank you.
I like
Owned.
Vampire Masquerade too. It has a cool universe. And everything like lore behind
Dude,
it.
I remember when they came out with the game, like the logo said Blood Hunt. I sent them a message, and then it became in 2 letters, in 2 words. So yeah, I'm first, bitch. I even registered the copyrights in 2019.
Oh, we got Jay Ryan popping in. He says, "Should I be aroused by death metal Lady Lobo? I'm both confused and aroused."
Well, actually, she looks more like a Lady Crow than a Lady Lobo, but yeah, I get it.
I need to Google these terms.
Actually, she looks like Gene Simmons.
This is this is
Sure.
The only thing missing is that long tongue coming out.
This is the black metal cover, Jay Ryan. We got other
Yes.
covers here. If you want some beefcake, we got this gentleman. You got-
Something for the ladies, you know.
He's
Pick your
got-
favorites.
He's got what is it? 8 covers, I think.
Yes, this one was made by my wife, so
Oh, that's nice.
that's the cute one.
Yeah, that's cool that you guys can kind of come together on this.
Yeah,
Have a nice moment.
she does help me a lot with like a little advice here and there. I often when I like sometimes you just can't make something work on a page,
Hmm.
and then I just call my wife and like, what's wrong here? You know, she gives like a new perspective, fresh eyes on the page. So that does help a lot. She did save a page recently, so that's great.
Oh, nice.
You know, like you get like tunnel vision that you just like forget your fundamentals completely, and you know you kind of need someone who knows your stuff to comment on it. And I always have someone right next to me, so that's nice. It's an advantage. It's like it's a little bit cheating.
Okay,
So that's
Soul
great.
says, Sim, I was just fishing for a reaction. It is rather generic name. Yeah, I know, but fishing is not fun if the fish don't bite once in a while, even if it's just for fun. Come on, let's just be frank here.
Oh man.
There's nothing personal, so
It's all business.
So for the
yeah, it's so fun in game.
it's just still segregating.
Like, why the hell did you think the show was called Morning Roast? God damn it!
I never said anything about stealing nothing.
It's roast coffee, I'm sure. That's it. I thought that was like the pun, honestly.
But it's a bit of both. Get it? Like the morning roast for coffee.
Yeah.
But the fact that the idea was like we used to have, like, when we started this, we had a lot of people that were uncomfortable and before the stream and stuff like that, right? And we just started roasting each other, and people were like, "Hey, dude, it just makes us feel so more comfortable. We forget that we're the spotlight, right? The fact that we roast each other, we roast with the chat. So is the co-host in the chat, so that's why we play on.
It's a good dynamic, honestly. So, yeah, take the heat off the guest a little bit, and then come back to him. Sure, that works.
Kind of, it also makes you feel like we're serious, but not that serious. We like to have fun, so you can fuck up. We all fuck up, and if somebody picks at you in the chat just for the hell of it, but it's not just you, it's us too.
Sure.
Let's see. We got Jay Ryan saying this is relevant to my interests. I like a lot of tabletop/D&D style world concepts, but have zero interest in rolling dice or buying miniatures.
Yes. I am ashamed to say that, but same. Thank you for being the first one.
I like the miniature aspect of all
sure.
of that stuff. It's just that Warhammer, especially back then, when let's just say, I think when I showed interest to check into it, when people were trying to get me into it, was in the 90s, right? End of mid 90s, end of 90s or something, mid 90s, and they were still in metal. Like you were showing me all those fucking like metal casts, and I'm like, holy shit. See, then checking the pricing on this, like I went to my friend and he had like 2 ping pong tables side by side with an entire freaking like dude, characters, the city, everything. I was like, what the
metal?
fuck? Yeah.
Everything in metal?
But the characters, yeah. Not all the buildings, but all the characters. And it was like, what the hell? And he tells me how much he paid for that shit. I'm like, holy fuck, dude! I just want to break everything. No, but You know what I mean?
And
Like,
then you're like,
I just
what
want
the
to have
heck?
fun. And like, bang, bang, bang. Like, I'm going to break something. It's like, no, dude. Yeah. When you start shopping, just look
I
into it. It's insane.
Yeah, I have a friend who would probably just start drooling uncontrollably if he heard that.
Mhm.
Like 2 tablespoons of metal Warhammer miniatures. I mean, I'm drooling a little bit. So
Yeah, that's one of the
that is
reasons why I like the
amazing.
idea of resin right now. Like people doing the resin one because it's way less expensive and you can make it more affordable. But yeah, I check
I
into metal casting my shit.
I kind of want to do my own little like miniatures figurines.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'm doing.
that does take time though. I did think about making like little chibis or something like just to start, and then maybe I could make more serious sculptures later on.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I'm
but we'll see.
using Blender. It's free.
I have an app on my iPad called Nomad. It's like ZBrush, but it's not $800. It's like $20, and it's yours. And if you have a good iPad, it's surprisingly strong. Like it can handle like 10, 20 million polygons, no
What's the name
problem.
of it?
Nomad,
I'll check
just
into it.
Nomad Sculpt. It's so if you have
Me.
like a little bit of a tougher iPad, it's very good. It's iOS only though.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So
but
no, I won't have it
I
because I have the Galaxy Tab. I'm not an Apple guy.
I think you have Forger. Neither am I. I don't like Apple. Let's just be frank here. But
That's why when
they
I
have,
saw the new Galaxy Tab 9 coming out
Mhm.
from Galaxy, like Samsung,
I think you
was
have
like,
Forger. I think you have Forger, which is also like a tough
check.
app that does the same thing. Forger, yes, it's sculpting, like
Mhm.
similar to ZBrush. I did hear most
I mean,
people
that's what
say
I
that-
like about Blender right now is that
Mhm.
you can it's not just
Mhm.
you have 3D modeling, sculpture,
Yes.
2D animation, you have this all in one, and you switch. You know, like wait, what? And ever
I
since,
need-
and yeah, I've been
I-
having a lot of fun with it.
I just need like I would like to have an iPad program that does like modeling really good.
There's not
I
from what I've researched, it's not that much, there's no real app on them
Mhm.
that can actually do that great of a job compared to just using it on your PC.
I mean, the sculpting is honestly borderline professional. I mean, like, I don't need anything else in that app. I just need one.
I'm just
now
talking
to
about
do the-
the cleanup, the
Yeah.
vertices, the UVs, because UVs are very important in there. It's just those little extras that people were telling me that like you can sculpt. It looks
Mhm.
nice, but it's the
Mhm.
final, like the file and the cleanup. So I'm not gonna argue. Like maybe there is some, but from what I was told, it's like stick away from it. I'm like, okay, fine.
I mean, it's probably gonna get there, and,
Yeah.
and I'm not in a hurry or anything.
I'm
Just gonna
surprised
have, like-
Blender's not on it yet. Like that was the first
Me
thing
too.
I did when I
Me
got my
too.
tablet. I'm like, Blender? No. Oh fuck.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad about that too. Honestly,
Yeah.
I would love to have it.
Like split even if they split them up, you know what I mean? Like give me like the 3D, the pencil, the grease pencil, like everything's up. But give me Blender.
Yeah, I would love that honestly.
Because I remember when I was in university, Blender was shit. Like it was not even to be considered at all.
Mhm.
And now, from what I've seen, it competes with LLM.
Maya.
Yeah, Maya,
Autodesk.
Subsmash, bye-bye.
I've heard people even say that like it's easier to use and it's way less messy than Maya Autodesk. So
Mhm.
yeah,
It used to be don't get me wrong, like it used to be hell. Like it used to be very
know.
not fun and not user friendly at all.
it's to an extent sculpting and 3D modeling still is a bit tough to get into. But
Then I
yeah.
had a whole bunch of my friends going, Sim, check Blender. Well, I mean Blender. Blender's crap. I know, dude. Then they send me a few videos, a few things. Like,
Mhm.
oh, okay. I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We got Parrot says he put a Croatian unicorn in the Morning Roast chat.
I guess it's a
And
compliment. Thank you.
One of the
guess.
best part out of Blender that it doesn't cost you $6,000 for the right of the program, then an extra $1,000 per, and an extra $2,000
Yes.
per computer.
I wanted to get like into 3D a little bit, and then I just started like counting all the little pocket change I would need to get into 3D.
Dude,
And
I was
it's like
putting-
you have Oh my god! You have like one program that's $800, and then you have another subscription program that's like $200 a month, and then you need to export that into another program that's like $1,000. And all it really does is like take a photograph of the model. It looks really nice, and then you need like I don't know, like something to add textures to it, and that's like another $800, $300, whatever. And then you have like
The full thing
options.
is like $6,000 if you wanted to have
Yeah.
Maya or Stuffed was $6,000 plus an extra $2,000 per computer. You can have a 6 or to 10 computer bundle for $1,000 each.
Yeah.
You're like,
and
okay.
then you can start learning and maybe get commission one day. And like, yeah, no.
That's why when my friend like blenders that it's top notch, and I'm like, okay, I'll take a look at it, and it is.
I mean, thank God.
And it's open source, so if you have a friend coder, they can change and adapt it for yourself.
Plugins and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So saying he was always interested in the artwork and lore for 40K, but didn't want to do the tabletop either. What got me on board was the first Dawn of War video game in 2004. Real-time strategy plus finish moves. Yep.
Yeah, I really love the Vermintide games. Dark Tide is pretty cool, but Vermintide, that was one of my favorite games.
Yeah, first Dawn of War was the best. Oh man, it was great. The voice acting was just perfect. Let's see. I want to metal cat my shit. Sim 2023.
Metal Cat, my cast. Okay.
No.
He's a special boy.
I think our friend Bell Rider might be getting into the hearing impaired area.
J-Ron says he started diving into Blender. It's a great program.
Mm-hmm.
And says occasional software nerd moment. Yep. Yeah, you just gotta let them get it out of their system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah, Space Marine was a really good game. Yeah, J-Ron.
Yeah, Space Marine. I have it on my computer too.
The older games were pretty cool too. Way back in the day, back in like what was it, like the very 90s? Let's see. Learn Blender with the Blender Guru. That's Pale Rider. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me bring it. Oh, I forgot. I gotta bring the campaign back up. What am I doing? Boop. There we go. Let's see. So you got plenty of days left. 48 days to go.
Yes.
We're over 50% funded.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway there. Living on a prayer. Let's see. And who's this? Who's this like Chad looking fellow here? He's
Kyrix, the shaman.
He's like posing.
So yeah, I love him. He was supposed to be like he's like page. Is it like page? I think it's like page 5 or 6. He appears for a little bit, just to throw out a couple of words. And I plan to like completely abandon the character after that. Like he had like a little bit of a role right at the start, and that's kind of it. But like the more I thought about the story, like I have this kind of new philosophy, like new concept with storytelling. Like if you have something in there, if you introduce people to a character or a concept or anything, like don't abandon it. Like play with it as much as possible, like within reason, So I thought like, well, he's a cool character. Let's bring him back and do something again with him. So he will have like a little small appearance at the start of chapter 4. And then later on in the second half of the book, he will like pick up and he will like push the story forward quite a bit. So, yeah.
Let's see.
There was also a little bit of a concept there where I would dedicate a chapter to showing how shamans come to be in the world, like how they're made, basically, like the ritual they go through. But that's kind of like unnecessary. So I thought, all right, let's just like stick with the guy we have right now and make him do cool stuff and move the plot forward.
Okay. So when do you think you might get done? The book being made and whatnot.
Like volume 1 might be done by the end of the year, early January or something like that. But the book itself, I have like 13 or 12 chapters written down, and then the ending is just like clown fiesta. Everyone's everywhere and everything's happening all at the same time. So that alone might spread into like 1, 2, 3 chapters easily. So if like everything goes to plan, if everything goes smoothly, like it can easily be like a 2-year adventure for me to get everything done.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a healthy amount of work.
Oh, I'm
But
sure.
I'm pumped. I'm taking my little. I have a little notepad file and writing everything down into it. If I get like a cool quote for chapter 6, I'll just put it there and consider it when I start working on it finally. Clown Fiesta is my band name. If you don't have like a little clown nose sound at the start of every song, I'll be disappointed.
Luca, do you know about Christopher dress and middle-aged Mexican men fetish? Shut up, Pale Rider. Gosh dang it.
I didn't notice the intro, and I was like, "There's some lore behind this that I'm not fully aware of, but whatever. I don't know.
Don't
Maybe I'll
li-
get introduced, maybe not."
don't listen to Pale Rider and his shenanigans.
Oh, that's a cool little dude.
Yellow card for Bon Jovi music reference joke. Yep. Yeah, but you knew the reference, Soul, so that's on you. Pale Rider, 1, get a backer. 2, have Sugar spill the beans. Not the other way around. That's right. That's right. You know how this works, Pale Rider. We don't deep dive into the lore unless there's some incentive here. Let's see. And yeah, and if you're curious, you can read those chapters for free. Get that sample. You got a lot of different tiers here because you got a lot of different covers, and you also got the booby covers.
Yes,
for folks who want that sort of thing.
it's necessary now.
So now Luca's all those Kickstarter folks are very sad now that you're not over there to sell these booby books to these booby covers.
I did consider Kickstarter, but I literally can't go there because it doesn't accept creation banks. And I would have to open a bank in another country and then pay their taxes, and then I could put it on Kickstarter. So that's a little bit of a tough spot to be in. So I did send out
crappy. I wonder why they
I did
Croatian.
I did send out emails
it's about the same thing I'm going on with Indiegogo. When you think about it, they charge you an extra $25 fee to send you money because you're international.
Yeah, I wish that was the biggest of my worries because I could open another bank in another country, but then I would just literally pay double taxes.
Yeah, but the thing is, you cannot. The way I've been around it is because I opened an account in the U.S., right?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have to use it, so I ended up closing it. The thing is, you can open an account in U.S. currency in your bank, and then you can use that account.
Interesting. I did contact publishers though, so if I get a publisher, I might open it on Kickstarter as well over there. So I guess the publisher would do their own thing on Kickstarter and maybe put it in retail or something. And if you want to support me directly, then that would be fun. My comic. Well, we'll see how it works out if I manage to get anyone or not. But yeah, right now it's an FMC exclusive. That is an interesting idea though. To open a and not use it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing they made me do is that I had to open I first went and opened an account in the U.S. But then I thought what if I open a U.S. currency account within my account? So you have it checking and stuff like that. So I did that and I used that account and it worked because they made me wait. They couldn't send me money. They even charged me for fees every time they tried to send me money. I lost $300 and something, right? But the thing, I had to have my freaking passport done, a whole bunch of stupid shit. But when I opened that account, it just worked.
Mm-hmm. Wait, where are you from then? I assume
I'm from Canada.
Huh.
Not that far from the U.S. neither.
Yeah, you're way closer than me.
But the fact that if you can open a U.S. currency account, it will. Do better because the thing is that they have no third party to do the conversion. Get it?
Mm-hmm. I would have to look into it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of people that I could ask that are way more knowledgeable about that and local banking stuff, which I'm not that good at.
Yeah, some people say it's chibi, but no, I see it as a cartoon version.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a chibi.
No, it's more just a cartoon version of the character.
the proportions and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
technically, is
I
I wanted something to rival Funko Pop because Funko Pop, I think their big head and no emotion and no details kind of like kills it for me. So
I don't
that's
know.
why I wanted to do this shit.
Oof.
A little bit more details, actual faces that you can recognize, that type of shit.
There are like maybe 2 Funko Pops I would like actually like to have. Everything else is just
Yeah,
I
dude,
don't see the appeal.
there's only one that I bought, and it's over
Mhm.
there, and it's Bloody Lobo. I saw Bloody Lobo, and I'm like, I need to buy this. That's the only one. And what? When you see it, you have to say it. Like, come on,
Okay,
it had
sure.
to come to my. It had to come home.
Sure. Yeah, I can see that one.
That's the only one I bought.
Let me see here.
Not for myself. I bought some for my kids.
The abandoned children in Croatia. What? I've never been to Croatia, Power Rider.
Sim is the original French Canadian. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not just Canadian. I'm French Canadian.
Sugar was almost human trafficked. They thought he was a lady, but then they realized he was a hillbilly twink, which was even more enticing to the Mexican men. We're lucky he's still with us.
Oh, I get called lady like once every couple of months because of long hair.
Yeah. Same here.
It just makes me laugh, honestly. I love it, and the people like I turn around and they see the beard and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry!" Like, no, I love it, dude. Don't worry.
Like somebody told me,
It's
hey,
just
Slim,
funny.
when you're walking from behind with your loose hair, you look like a chick. I'm like, seriously, I'm a beefed up chick.
I was walking somewhere with my wife and some dude just yelled, "Girls, can you please help me?" And I turned around. It was like a construction worker. He needed someone to just hold the door open while he carries in one thing. And he carries into one thing and he's like, "Sorry, dude." Oh, whatever. I don't know. Makes you laugh, for sure.
Jay Ryan says, I have one Funko Pop. It's a king. It's King from Tekken 7, and I only have it because it was a pre-order bonus. Yeah.
Oh, I had a second one somewhere. It's a GIF I had. It was a Rick and Morty one that one of my kids bought for me. Because I'm a fan of Rick and Morty.
Me too.
Sounds like Soul.
I didn't watch them in a while though, but
Pop.
Yeah,
I remember the first time watching Rick and Morty, and I was like, not sure, is this like a cartoon for adults or children? I wasn't 100%, and then like Rick started cussing out God, and I was like, yes, this is not for children.
But that's the thing is, I thought it was like a children cartoon until people were like, "No, Sim, it's not." I'm like, "Really? Okay, I'll check into it."
Yeah.
And I got hooked. Like I got hooked bad. I binge watched the first 3 seasons, and I've been following ever since. The fact that they fired one of the creators and the voice actor for the new season because he was accused of certain things that got dropped, and he's not guilty, and it's all gone now.
That happens all the time.
But the thing is that the new season they replaced him, and he was voicing the 2 main characters plus a whole bunch. It was like the Seth MacFarlane of the fucking thing. Get it? So they cut him off. So the first 4 seasons, like you don't see his name in it, and they're very off. Okay, from the new season, they were really off, like jokes not landing or stuff like that. But then the guy came back as an executive producer. He doesn't voice them anymore, but he's executive producer, and it's getting good again.
It's one thing I realized that when you find like a good game or a movie or whatever, it's not the studio, it's like specific people that made it work, and if you get rid of those specific people, it's not the same movie, it's not the same game.
No, there's something missing to it.
Yeah.
Especially if you remove the heart of the project in a way, like
yeah, you just get a bunch of people carrying a corpse.
Yeah,
but you still like the corpse because it reminds you of the days it was alive. So,
but that's how it felt. The first 4 episodes felt like I was watching a corpse, and I was about to give up until
yeah. That also happens all the time, unfortunately.
All that cake, Sim, says Jay Ryan.
Not good for your teeth.
Let's Should
I don't
start
eat
out on the
cake.
cover of The Girl in Red. He's daydreaming of his face on that pie. Shut up, Pale Rider. Good lord.
Oh, that's kind of brutal, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go back to the black metal here. Let's see. Luka loves to be called a lady. Definitely Sugar's kind of bro. Shut
I love tricking people. That's it. You know. The next time someone calls me a lady, I should be like, "Ah, you fell in my trap."
J-Ron says it misses that je ne sais quoi. Oh my. So here we go.
So yeah, that's the back cover for every single one, with the exception of Black Metal Saga. She has her own back cover because the book is supposed to be completely like black and white on the outside. So this one would kind of like ruin that.
Yeah, that wouldn't exactly work there, I guess.
Yeah, it would be kind of like funky if the cover is like black and white and then the back is just like all this digital glory pushed to its max. That would kind of like kill it, kill the harmony of it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's the one you get if you order the Black Metal Saga variant. It's the only one with a unique back.
Metal. Brutal.
Absolutely.
Sugar does love traps. Shut up, Ryder. Come on. Come on now.
Cannot catch a break these days.
Oh, there's your booba books.
That's the demonetization. We can keep scrolling.
It's okay. It's just hearts. There's hearts.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good.
Peace and love. Don't worry about it.
Don't hate it, Mama Susan.
Happy car is happy.
Yeah. Let's see. That's interiors. Yeah, so if you want some fantasy with some pretty ladies in scantily clad clothing, you know where to go. Look at this guy. He's checking it out. He's on that night shift.
It might be a woman. That might be a woman. I'm not sure. I'm working on whatever that is lore.
Well, women.
I
can
am considering like adding like little short stories after. Maybe not every chapter, but like every couple chapters, it's just like a little wall of text with like unique illustration that gives a little bit more context to the world, because there are a lot of stories that I would like to tell, but I'm not sure if some of them like warrant their own comic or if they can make it into like a bigger book. So I thought like, well, yeah, you could put like a little short story at the end for those who care, who want. Like you won't need them to understand the main story, but they will add a little bit to it and give a better impression of a fleshed out world. So yeah, like that dude, chick, whatever it's gonna turn out to be, like he's like a good candidate now, because he does kind of like get thrown to the side immediately.
Oh.
So if I added a little bit of a tragic story there, it could be a bit more fun. It's like you kill a little imp in Diablo, and then it's like he had a wife and kids and a job and a college, and he was about to pay off his mortgage.
He was a week away from retirement.
Yeah. And you did that to him. It's like, oh, now it's sad. Now it's just a little XP sign. It's has a little weight to it. Basically, I'm considering that for that character.
Let's see. What's everybody saying? With all these traps being set, you are more likely to catch something else, says Jay Ryan.
I wonder what it is.
Not safe for Chris's mom variants. Yep, that's true. Parrot says Sugar is the king of catfish, but he's never held a fishing bowl. A top angler. Power bottom.
No.
And Sugar's hair continues to thin with the extra stress of his extra back. Shut up, Hell Rider. My hair's not thinning. Don't you listen to my mom. My hair's fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
It probably is. It is probably getting thinner. I'm getting old. Balding. I don't know. I don't know. I need to cut my hair. I'm gonna cut it short. Keep telling myself.
I should shorten it a little bit, but I just don't care.
I'm probably
It's
gonna get
horrible.
mine all chopped off.
Uh,
It's looking good. Looking good.
so that's like chapter 2 features a and like chapter 1, 2, and 3 are basically standalone stories that kind of connect to each other later on to form the bigger, larger narrative. So yeah,
What you got in her hands? There.
pie. I was like, what do people eat there? I don't know. Pie. I needed something that could be like carried. There is a story behind the pie. There is lore to the pie.
Everybody
You
loves
have
pie.
to read to find. It's kind of stupid. I hate it. I kind of hate it because that might be like my favorite page. It's like one of the best looking ones from chapter 2. And it's just like a woman holding pie. And now when I have to like promo my book, I give people that page, and it's like, well, they don't know anything else about the comic, and they just see like an elf lady holding pie, and you know, it doesn't really like set the stage for anything. But oh well.
Yeah. Everybody likes pie. Boom, dang.
Well, the only reason why they still deal with milk is they like our pies.
Pocket pies, says Jay Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby pie. Let's go down some more
Is
interiors.
that what we call them, magpie?
We got
Fly
the,
pies.
we got the lizard people with their raiding and whatnot. And we got the wolf waifu here.
Yes. So chapter 3 here is actually like laid out the first 5 pages in order with, you know, speech bubbles so you can actually read it, get a little bit of a preview.
Let's see. Somebody stay in here. Yeah. Soul throwing links. Yes, everybody go check it out. Sugar will be wearing wings on his OnlyFans page. Confirmed. I do not have an OnlyFans.
Okay, you do.
Riders bullshit. Not me.
I was gonna say you do, but it's unauthorized, unofficial.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, horrible stuff.
Needs to be deleted.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I guess you could scroll down a little bit more to get to the stickers.
No, it's wigs, not wings. Apparently, I'll be wearing
That makes more
wigs
sense.
for some reason. Jared says on a series note, the art and color work is very good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
We get some details.
Yeah,
on
this is like an illustrated preview of the book, what it should look like if you order the first cover, I guess.
150 plus pages.
Yes.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of
Great
bang
value.
in this book here. You're gonna be getting a lot of story. And I know that's why you're all gonna be backing this, right? For the story.
Absolutely. Dude, I'll be like dead honest. My plan is to like trick people. You know, like you put hot women in the front and then they start reading it and then they like the story. And then I can like switch to horrible stuff. So
I thought you were gonna say then you find out it's all about guys.
that's all dudes.
Right? It's like chicks everywhere, and they're like, they're all dudes.
Oh god. It was an illusion all along.
That's why we never show below the belly button.
Exactly. That's not the plot twist, guys, I promise.
You call the
There's-
book
there's
Trap
gonna-
Twist.
There's gonna be some plot twists, but that's not achieved. Hopefully no one's disappointed at it.
Now that'll be sad. Like,
But yeah, like there's like a sticker right below that everyone's gonna get for free if we reach the stretch goal. And when I talked about like 3D sculpting and stuff, I would like to make like little 3D sculptures like these ones, these chibis. Like that would be like an easy start at least because they're not that detailed. They're very simple shapes. So maybe I don't know, one of these campaigns I could make like a 3D thing, print it out and send it. It would have to be like on the tiny side to, you know, shipping and all that, but That is something I would like to do eventually. And maybe then I could like switch to more like ornate, realistic stuff. That would also be like, very fun to do. That would probably be like a separate crowdfunding effort. Then I don't know. I'll probably have to like get very popular and then get in contact with someone who does those sculptures and whatnot.
Here's a
Yeah, that would
lemon.
that would be the size pretty much, maybe a little bit bigger if
That
I ever
little
make
bullet case
a
that people
sculpt.
are calling a dildo for some reason.
Let's see. Coming soon, Sugar's Fansly page. Shut up, Pale Rider. You better not make no damn Fansly page. You hush up. That reminds me of Sugar paying for Dong. I did not pay for Dong, Pale Rider.
Guys, he did not pay for Dong. He paid for Donkey Kong. Please don't get it mixed up.
No, you paid for images of the dome. You didn't pay for that. thing.
I can't even save anything. Oh Jesus. Yeah, there's also a stretch goal for like an added intro. Like the 5,000 one.
Spreading lies. Lies about me.
It's not
Ooh,
true.
let the dongs out. Ooh.
That's why Chris is the top angler. He's mastered the bait and switch. All right.
Oh dear Lord.
So we got stretch goals, lots of stretch goals here. Yeah.
Oh, and these stickers are already up.
Yeah. So
For
you need these little fancy stickers. Look at these nice little stickers. Yeah, that's really
I
cool.
absolutely love the sticker of Lissa because it establishes her personality and character better than any illustration or concept of her I did prior to that. Like that is kind of the feel I'm going for with her specifically.
Yeah, these
So
Yeah,
yeah.
like the covers, these stickers, these are all things that look like they would sell really nice at a con or something.
Yeah, now I just need to like swim to America. It's gonna take a while.
Just need to abduct Luca, bring him over. Let's see here. J-Rod says, is this only on Fund My Comic or is it on Indiegogo, Kickstarter?
It's currently only on FMC. I am looking for a publisher to put it on Kickstarter as well. So hopefully we can do that sooner than later.
Good.
So yeah, but right now it's like FMC only.
Look at that. Every buyer gets 3 free bookmarks with an illustrated front and back. Yeah, so you get all kinds of little extras on top of all these pages.
Yeah, you could just like pick your favorite bookmark and just throw out the other 2. Or keep them all. Like it's a free world. Do what you want.
Do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
Bookmarks. Oh my.
We do a little trolling.
Chris is already planning to cosplay as the girl in red at Steel City. No, I'm not. I am going to go. I did the other day. I was at the card shop and I found a Palladium Ors Elder Dragon. Beep, 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 beep. And I was really excited to find it because of course that was drew by Mr. Ed Beard. So I'll get to go up there and talk with him and get him to sign this card. Nice. So I'm looking forward to that. Getting the theme again and talk with him. Let's see. Steel City! That's right. Yeah. I'm not going to be spending all that I'm going to not be spending a ton of money like I did last time either. Control myself. All right. Yeah, and there's no Mo today. You know what?
Jesus. I'm trying to pick up my dog, but he's just being an evasion. Being an evasion, yes.
Okay. Okay, so you're froze. That's
You know what? I'm gonna go get him.
So gosh dang it, what was I gonna say? Yeah, no Mo. He was just fussing last night about me not doing these streams no more. He's not here.
There you go. This
Yeah,
dude
you're
has
frozen.
been doing-
For some reason, your camera's frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well, you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just
I
can't
will
see nothing.
honestly just re-enter the stream then. That usually fixes it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, good. Let's see.
So good stuff.
Hey, good stuff. Says, what's up? Not much. We're just on Fund My Comic looking at Ivarian. Oh, there's Luca.
There you go.
Look,
This
there's a
little
little dog.
laps around me the entire time.
Okay.
He wants a little walkie. He's gonna have to wait a little bit.
Oh, well, we can start to wrap this up then if you need to go. It's no worry.
Sure. I don't know if chat has any questions.
Belmont. We have Belmont Press popping in. We got a couple folks just popping in. He says, "Does Luca live on the second floor?" Says good stuff.
Yes.
How do you know this good stuff? Are you watching him?
I'm gonna check my closets and everything after this stream.
Let's see. Everybody's talking. The spirit of Mo is here. That's right. At least the spirit's here. At least we got Pale Rider giving us shit. So that's all that matters. All right. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. Soul throwing the link in here real quick. Thank you, Soul. Yeah. So if anybody has any questions for Luca, just let him know real quick before we head out.
Like, for example, do I live on the second floor? Or questions like that.
Yeah, very important stuff. We need to know.
Send me your coordinates. Just fun.
The backers need to know this information before they back this book.
Yes. This is important. I mean, you wouldn't want to buy a book for someone who lives on the third floor. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if everyone lives on the first floor.
Well, they might question your reliability if you live on the ground level.
That too.
Let's see, but yeah,
I used to, but I've improved since then.
But we've moved up in life, moved up to the second floor.
Literally.
All right, so if you're unsure, if you're a little unsure, you can read the first 2 chapters for free. That's always a good thing to do.
I'm sorry, Belmont Press. I take it back. It's the 4th floor now. That's the problem. And if anyone lives on the 4th floor, we'll just move it up.
Yeah, same here. I live on the 3rd floor.
Oh, damn it, dude.
And moving here was a bitch.
Dude,
Belmont's trying
dude,
to.
Just look at what's behind me. Could you imagine moving all of this shit? Oh, 3 flights.
Do you have an elevator or?
Nope.
Oh, that's amazing. That's beautiful then. You did not skip leg day, I guess.
The entire family was burnt the fuck out after that day. But good thing I have a family of 6. Huh?
Oh, that's a lot of helping hands.
Yeah, and they had friends too, so we were a bunch of people. But still.
So good-looking art, sexy ladies,
and
action. What more do you want? You got plenty of different options here on covers.
A lot of mystery, a little bit of drama.
So how
a little bit of politics coming up.
How much is one copy here for a book? Let's see.
25.
25.
That's like the base one. And then you have like collector's editions, heroic editions, which you get a little bit of a discount if you order more. There's also a retailer version where you get 5 books. It's the same base cover, but it's like 5 books for the price of 3. I have to be very careful not to say that the other way around because then it's a horrible deal. But yeah. Although the retailer bundle doesn't get like any stickers or bonuses or anything because it's like a retailer bundle. So
that's why they're saving money.
So you got
more stores ask for 30 to 40% in case people don't know.
Yeah, $25, but you're getting 150 plus pages.
And there's also the PDF, which is considerably cheaper. Like you could read like chapters 1, 2 for free online, and then just buy the 3rd chapter 3 PDF digital, which would be like 7, or you could buy all 3 for 10 if all you want is a digital.
Yeah, if you need something a little more affordable. I wonder, since you're there in Croatia, I wonder if the shipping's a little cheaper for the international folks then. Since you're international.
I'm working with, it's like at the bottom, like the team or something to meet the squad. It's like I'm working with Critical Blast, so they're handling it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's being printed by Mixum and then sent directly to Critical Blast, who takes care of everything from there. So shipping to the US is 10, everyone else is 25, 23 or something like that.
Okay.
And if you are a local Croatian, it's $5 because that's I'll just be the next storage for Croatia. Why not?
Luca will just walk down the road to your house and give it to you.
It's not impossible, if you're close enough.
Yeah. So
Dude, it's
everybody knows now.
shipping is so weird. If I ship within my country, it's $5. But there are certain neighboring countries. If I ship to them, it's 40, immediately. So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah, it's like here. It cost me the same thing to send it to the U.S. and send it to, I don't know, France.
yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And it gets more expensive if you pass the 500 grams or 500.
Oh,
Technically,
yeah,
more
I
than a
think,
pound. If you go over a pound, I think, or
yeah, I think I went over a pound with the 150
and
page.
that's
I'm
when
not sure
it
though.
doubles. Yeah, that's where it
Yeah.
doubles technically. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why it's less. That's one of the things that I used to tell that people are realizing right now. It's less expensive to send two packs instead of a
Mhm.
big pack that's over a pound. Get it?
Wait,
The
sorry.
more that you're over the 1 pound type of thing,
Mhm.
1 kilo, I think it is 1 pound. I think that it starts doubling and going up and going up and going up. While if you
Mhm.
go at below, you
Mhm.
can do 2 package and you'll save money. Especially if you
Sure.
put it in an envelope. You put the
Sure.
mailer into an envelope. That's what Critical Blast do.
Dude, I don't. Jay Ryan said I order games from Japan and it's cheaper to get games from there than the US, and I'm in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shipping from China is free sometimes. How?
Yep.
I ordered something for $2 and it's free shipping. What are they doing?
It's like free shipping or $6. They're doing the same thing as Amazon, I guess.
Oh, dude, Amazon is gonna rip you a new one if you're from Croatia. It's the product is $30 and then shipping is 70.
That's one of the things that I have I could say bonus about the fact that I have a website with Shopify.
Mm-hmm.
They teamed up with Amazon, so we can have the same type of shipping.
Sure.
So I can offer very cheap shipping on Shopify, and you can also use it for your personal shit.
Yeah.
Shopify is another great place to start your own store and be able to have your website, sell your own shit and have discounts with your local, mailing supplier. Whatever it is in Croatia. I know in the US it's USPS, here it's Canada Post. But they always have deals, and now they signed the deal with Amazon that you can use at the Amazon shipping thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I completely forgot which mailing service we have. It's just my brain just blocked that information. I got something from them recently, but no. It's just fog.
Who's this little tree man? Looks like he's putting up the horn.
Muru. He's a little spectral, but he's an Easter egg basically to a story I did. I have a story on my YouTube channel. I think it's called The Cave of Black Shell. You could find it if you go to my Twitter and scroll down a little bit. You'll find a detailed illustration of him, and it's a story of four spectrals which look kind of like him. It's a race that I plan to feature later on in the franchise. And Muro is one of the characters that I really like, and he has a fun little unique story. So I decided just he actually is the part of the same world as the current characters, so why not? I'll just put a little Easter egg here. So he doesn't have any relevance to the story, as long as I know right now. I don't have anything planned for him. Maybe kind of. I do think about it often, but nah. Right now he doesn't fit in anywhere. He's just kind of there. He's a little lone traveler. So that's kind of it. And he's mute. He doesn't talk at all.
All right.
But yeah, you can listen to his story. I wrote and narrated it and just left it on YouTube because why not? So if you're really curious about him, there you go.
Yeah, so we still got, like I said, 48 days to go. So you still got plenty of time to go get you one of the copy.
All of December and a good chunk of January.
I'm gonna start to wrap this thing up. I'm getting phone calls. I better go and answer them.
Don't forget to sub, like, and share, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm gonna message Marinus and see if he's available on Wednesday morning, and if so, maybe I'll do a stream where I show off all my books.
One more thing, I did make like a little weird, like 5 years ago, I made an Andy Warhol video essay and I never posted it. And I decided to just like post it to promote a comic. Like I just like a little sponsor in the middle. So if you're curious about that, a Frankenstein of a YouTube video, you can watch that too. It literally released like an hour ago. I like scheduled it. So if you love my voice and you can't get enough of it for some reason, there you go.
Yeah. You want to hear adventures of the second floor curry? Shouldn't. There we go. All right.
Sure.
So, thanks everybody for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Luka,
Thank you.
for being our guest. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting book. It's got really nice art. I was glad to spot it. Here on Fun by Comic. And of course, thanks Tim for hopping in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
we will all see you all later.